is to entrap you, to send you to prison, or to send you to a mental institution, give you a complete nervous breakdown, or induce some kind of, mental illness, right? We already know that, right? So when you come online, this is for all the new TRs that's just coming to my channel, that's just going to see my channel. I've said this in multiple of my videos. When you go and you look on people's videos and you really want to know what you're experiencing and what you're going through, you got to know the basics behind this program. You got to understand the tangibles. You got to understand the logics behind this program. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too caught up listening to people who's speaking about angels and demons and witchcraft and magic and reptilians and Illuminati, because these people are left to show, like, all they doing is just causing confusion and misleading and causing confusion, okay? If you're not doing research on proactive policing, on community-oriented policing, on problem-oriented policing, on Neighborhood Watch, on Citizens Corp, on Citizens on Patrol, on InfoGuard, on the FBI's multi-layer surveillance, rapid response, managed aggression, on the FBI's threat assessment, on, Homeland Security's terrorism liaison officer program. If you're not looking into the terrorist watch list, if you're not looking into the no-fly zone list, if you're not looking into community notification list, if you're not looking into fusion centers, if you're not looking to understand how this program logically functions, then you're always going to be lost. Now, am I telling you that the tactics are going to stop? No, you're going to see dog walkers every day. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see dog walkers every day. You're going to see target bags every day. You're going to see red attire every day. You're going to see EMS, fire department, and local law enforcement every day. The tactics are not going to stop, but you'll have a better understanding to why it's occurring. And the last thing they want is a TI to educate themselves and come up with a logical explanation behind this program. They want you to dwell in supernatural, and they want you to dwell in religion, and they want you to dwell in, they want to throw you off. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I not saying this is not a spiritual battle? Yes, this is definitely a spiritual battle. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely spiritual warfare, just as much as it's psychological warfare. You understand? Don't think I'm not saying that. Don't think I'm not telling you that I don't believe in angels and demons and witchcraft and reptilians and all that shit. That's not even what I'm talking about. So when people come on my channel and try to dispute my channel or try to go against my channel, you trying to cause confusion. That's all you're trying to do. You're trying to cause confusion. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is understand the program, learn your enemy, study your enemy just as much as your enemy studies you. I completely understand why this program functions. To know is punishment in itself. You know what I'm saying? Knowing sometimes and being able to know and being able to comprehend and not being able to have the resources or the tools to make a change is a punishment. You know what I'm saying? If you notice that if you watch Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War, what does Thanos tell Tony Stark? You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. Meaning that you know so fucking much, is only but so much you could really do with how much you know. So every opportunity you get, you're going to take the opportunity to make change. You know what I'm saying? You're going to use your intelligence. You're going to use your resources to make change. Right? This is what they don't want. You know what I'm saying? This is why the first thing they do, they attack, they discredit you. They use defamation of character. They use smear campaigns. They use lies. They use rumors to completely discredit you so that you no longer can have an influential effect over your friends and family. And you can't push them to go to do the right thing, to be right. I noticed growing up, I used to always be the dude that, I'm not saying I wasn't gangbanging, not saying I wasn't getting into trouble. I used to always be the friend that used to try to talk my other friends out. And for some reason, that shit used to irritate them. Now most of them is doing time, doing federal time, doing state time. Wow, because y'all didn't want to listen, because y'all wanted to chase the hype. Y'all wanted to chase the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Once I started doing photography and I started going to the studio and I started recording music and I started becoming productive and progressive, that's all of a something. And I try to start my clothing line and I try to get positive and start my business. I wake up one day to people coughing, clearing their throat, sniffling, sneezing, dropping shit on the floor, orchestrating noise, dog walkers, target bags, red attire, synchronicities, EMS, fire department, local law enforcement, you feel me, helicopters, various stalking tactics, people following me everywhere I go. I started recognizing because my targeting became overt. You know why? Because I started to wake up. I started to want change in my life. You know what I'm saying? Once you reach that threshold, your program goes from, they activate your program. That's what's happening. The program is being activated. Your whole life you being targeted, you have no idea that on the snap of a finger, your whole life could be turned upside down. People start switching up on you. You start having arguments with friends and with family and with coworkers and associates everywhere you go. You start being isolated. Then you start to isolate yourself, which becomes dangerous because now you too isolated. Like somebody called me earlier and I got irritated, agitated. I'm like, how do you go desperate in the beginning of your targeting when it goes from being covert to overt, from being depressed and from being miserable and being sad and being angry because you can't speak to your friends and your family until you completely mold yourself into an isolated, antisocial individual. I'm like, damn, I used to be a people's person. I guess they do have an effect over you because you get tired of kissing people's ass. You know what I'm saying? You get tired of people telling you they're going to meet you somewhere and don't meet you. You get tired of girls telling you they're going to catch up with you and they don't catch up with you. You get tired of your boys telling you they're going to do this for you and they don't do this for you. You get tired of, the fuckery. You start seeing your friends and family switch up on you and you trying to understand what the fuck is going on because the shit is supposed to sweep you off your feet. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you do research on the FBI's threat assessment. Do research on that shit. You're going to find out that what they doing is basically trying to use your past to basically predict your future on some Minority Report shit. So these movies and these shows and these animated series, these animated cartoons tell us the truth all along. What's really going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just be like, I'll be like, I'm just going to stay to myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm better off by myself, And I try to even having relationships with other TIs. That shit is a dub. Because you don't know who's real and who's fake. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute you watch a person's channel, they normal. Then the next video, they coughing in their video. They sniffling non-stop. When people coughing in their videos and they sniffling and they sneezing and they clearing their throat throughout their whole video. See, I'm in the cold right now. So if I snort or if I sniffle or if I sneeze or if I cough, it's legitimate. You know what I'm saying? I'm in 30-degree weather doing a video. You feel me? But when niggas is just doing the consistency throughout their whole video, they want you to watch a video where they using all the same tactics you being sensitized to. You'll be like, this person's a dub. You know what I'm saying? This whole shit, there should be a bunch of confusion and chaos. That's all they want. And the more and more, like if you notice that the more and more advanced this program becomes by the years, the harder it is to expose this shit. Like 5 years ago, I used to get goosebumps. I used to get, butterflies in my stomach doing research on this program because I thought I had all the answers. Then I started realizing that shit don't mean nothing. Once I learned about the Freedom of Information Act 4 or 5 years ago, and I learned about, that you can file a report, that you can literally reach out to Homeland Security. I've reached out to Homeland Security. I've reached out to the FBI. I've reached out to the CIA. I've reached out to the Department of Justice. Like, I've reached out to local law enforcement. I've used the Freedom of Information Act with all of these entities. When you send a Freedom of Information Act, you know what happens? You're supposed to get answers as a civilian of whether you are under investigation or whether you under a threat assessment. Then when you start digging deeper and doing research, you realize that this program, all of these entities and all of these programs work in conjunction, but this program is something totally different. This program is an experiment. This program is literally a program. It's literally like a protocol. It's really something that's not talked about. It's something that's invisible. It's something that doesn't exist. You feel me? On some real X-Files shit. Like, This program is something totally different in itself. They used all of these entities and all of these programs in conjunction, like I said, but this program is something totally different. Something totally different. And when the more and more research you do, the more scarier this program becomes. Because you start realizing you really don't have no help. You really have no support. It's really just you. You've got caught up in the spider web, and you're never going to get out of the spider web. You know you're never going to get out of the spider web. You might find a corner in the spider web. You might get so comfortable that you could just be comfortable in the spider web. Or you could see the spider every day, and the spider could be like, you know what, I'm going to let you live. You stuck, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be stuck in the spider web, that's going to be that. But I'm not going to eat you. You know what I'm saying? The program could be like that with you, or you could just completely give yourself up. Just let the spider eat you. You feel me? You know, some people give up. Be like, fuck it. You know? They get tired of climbing. They get tired of pushing. They get tired of keep going. You feel me? They give up. You feel me? That's why if you notice, even with my videos, I should have so much more subscribers. I should have so much more views. I should have so much more comments. You know what I'm saying? They limit my comments. They limit my interaction with people on my social media. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the truth. I understand why. When you speak to your friends and family, I've never told a soul about this program. I've never came out and tried. The very first thing I've learned, even when I was in a confused stage, is not to tell anybody anything. I automatically knew this was some kind of psychological, like, once people started sniffling and sneezing and started using hand signals and hand gestures, the hand signals and hand gestures used to bother me the most. Now those tactics bother me the least. Like those people using hand signals, touching their head, touching their nose, touching their face, rubbing their eye, touching their mouth, touching their chest, touching their back pocket, digging in their pockets, you know, their hands on the side. You know what I'm saying? That shit used to bother me because I used to try to understand why everybody's doing it. It's psychologically like demoralizing. It's like demoralizing you, inhumanizing you. Dehumanizing you, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, yo, what the fuck? Then you start realizing shit, like you start seeing Target bags everywhere you go. You start seeing red everywhere you go. You start seeing dog walkers everywhere you go. Like now I see more dog walkers. I just seen like 4 or 5 dog walkers in the last 2 minutes. When I was younger, I don't ever remember being in the hood and seeing that many people with dogs. You used to be unique when you had a dog. You know what I'm saying? Remember back in the days, a person that had a dog was unique. Not all your friends and family. You probably had one friend that had a dog. Now everybody and their mother got a dog. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody got dogs. That's what I'm saying. Now everybody goes to Target. Remember before, you used to laugh at people when they go to Target? Remember that shit? Now you just see random people just walking around with Target bags and random people just walking around with dogs. You see hood niggas you know damn well don't got the discipline or the patience to actually take care of the dog. You know what I'm saying? You see little girls you know damn well don't got the patience or the virtue to take care of a dog. You just be like, yo, this shit is hilarious. It's like the more you know, the more you don't know. This program is literally designed for those purposes. You know what I'm saying? I watch people do shit. I don't watch people do the most weirdest, uncivilized, unhumanized shit. Like, are you a human being? Are you an alien from Mars? Did you just do that? You know what I'm saying? Remember when I told you, I talk about in my videos how my landlord, he been renting the rooms out like a B&B, like a hotel room, right? So usually you'll see people one time and then that'll be that. Because where you live at, when you not renting this room out, where do you live at? Where do you stay at? You stay in this shelter? Where do you live at, right? I'm gonna tell you something funny, right? And then you can understand the kind of characteristics and the kind of personalities that make people susceptible to manipulation and control, right? So usually I never see the same people, right? they'll always have one Spanish dude or one black dude that does weird shit. Like, this dude, like 3 weeks in a row, this dude been here, but he'll disappear for like 4 days, 3 days, and he'll just reappear out of nowhere. Like, where do you currently stay that you renting a room out the way you renting a room out? One day, just 3 weeks ago, he was in a room right next to me. I didn't even realize that nigga was in a room right next to me. The nigga stayed for 4 days. He left for like a week, or not even, like 3 days. Then he comes back and he's still in the same room. I'm like, why the fuck do you keep renting the room out, my nigga? Like, where the fuck do you stay? Most of these people who come and go are usually tourists. You feel me? Usually they coming and going. Why the fuck do you keep renting this room out? Why the fuck do you, like, it's just weird to me. Like, nigga, you keep coming back to a house to rent a room out versus go to a hotel where you have your own room. It doesn't make sense. You're paying the same price. It doesn't make sense. Well, unless you have that personality, you have that characteristics that you just susceptible to manipulation and control, and you'll just do anything they tell you to do. This nigga's like 6'2", bro. Grown ass man, a black dude, my nigga. Look like he should be playing football, right? This nigga's mad quiet. You don't hear alpha males, men, they let their presence be known. There's no alpha male or male that's hiding. Alpha males don't hide, bro. You sitting there hiding in a room and you just quiet and you don't want your presence to be known and you sneaking around. So I didn't even know the nigga been in the house. I don't even know how long the nigga been in the house for. The nigga's in a whole nother room. I get up, I fall asleep like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I wake up, I fall right back to sleep. I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, go right back to sleep. Wake up like 10 something, go to use the bathroom, come out the bathroom, and I see the nigga's light. The room open, the door halfway cracked open, and the light is off. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I'm looking, I'm hearing somebody in the kitchen, so I go straight to my room. I crack my door to see who's in the room. Why the fuck is there somebody in the room and I don't know somebody's in the room? That shit is fucking weird. You're a grown-ass man. Why the fuck you trying to hide? Like, what are you doing, nigga? I was just went in the bathroom. You just try to sneak in my room. Like, what are you doing, my nigga? Like, people do the most weirdest shit like that normal people don't do. Like, you a grown-ass man sneaking around the house. Let your presence be known. Let your nuts hang. Any other time, see, they'll do tactics like they'll have people in the room and they want you to know they presence is like they want you to feel their presence, so they orchestrate noise, drop shit on the floor, bang on the walls, thump, walk back and forth. I would rather that because I'm aware somebody's there. But you sneaking around, my nigga. You trying to open a room door, crack the room door, sneak into the kitchen, sneak out the... Why are you moving like that, my nigga? Ain't nobody telling you nothing. Do what you want to do, my nigga. I ain't gonna tell you shit. This ain't my crib. I just been living here for quite some time. But nigga, do your thing, my nigga. What you sneaking around the house for unless you don't want your presence to be known? You want to eavesdrop on my conversations? You want to report back to your handler? Like, you surveilling, you monitoring me? Like, what type of time you on, bro? Like, and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. What's this nigga's angle, my nigga? Like, what's wrong with you? What will possess a grown-ass man to be in a dark room and be mad quiet? You only sneaking around the house. What is you doing? And then you in a different room, and then you disappear for a few days, and you keep coming back. Why do you keep coming back? Then I start realizing is certain personalities and certain characteristics that they are really literally either mentally ill, they suffer from some kind of mental disorder, and they want you to get into an altercation with them because these people are already dumb, or you just came home and you in a halfway house. You know what I'm saying? You just came home, you in a halfway house, and you working your time off. You trying to work your time off. I just don't understand. Out of all this places on all this space on the planet, why do people gotta always walk by you, my nigga? This park is too big for people to have to cross your path just to get to their destination, bro. It's just they just be mad nosy, my nigga. Like, this shit mad big. They shouldn't even. They came from this way and they have to walk past me. But anyway, it's just irritating, bro. It just get irritating after a while. Because you literally, it's not like I'm in a public area. I am in a public area, but it's not like I'm in a populated area, my nigga. I'm literally trying to isolate myself, and you keep having people show up. Like, the park is too big for people to be going to where you being isolated at. It's just weird. But anyway, that's the type of shit I be talking about. But I'm trying to figure out like what's wrong with you, like and then I start realizing, oh, this nigga's slow. He's slow in the head, like you know what I'm saying? 9 out of 10 times he's not even being paid to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You already renting the room out. You got your own space. Because if you got your own crib, you live in a house or you lived in an apartment, I'm definitely, you know for a fact, you're not going to be paid to stay somewhere else. So obviously you either working your time off, you just came home from prison and they got you working your time off and they got you surveilling and monitoring. I don't know what kind of shit he not even trying to be intimidating. You feel me? He not even trying to do, you just doing straight weird alien shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Real fucking spy kid shit. Like, you acting like a little kid. Like, but anyway. This program blends in with every facet and every aspect of society. Right? They done blended it into every aspect and every aspect of society. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry if I repeated myself, right? But every facet, every aspect of society is a part of this program. Is completely a part of this program. Everything works in conjunction. Everything is one whole functioning matrix system. That's what it is. It's like a matrix system based off calculations and synchronicity and coordinated events. You feel me? That's what it really is. It's like a matrix grid. That's why it seems like your whole community, the whole society is harassing you, cause you placed on a grid, you placed on the matrix grid, and you're being targeted on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So they'll keep the right personalities, the right characteristics around you that go opposite to your personality and your characteristics. You feel me? They're not gonna have people that you have a lot of shit in common with. You know what I'm saying? Excuse the sirens, but I have no control over that. You know what I'm saying? But do your research. For all new TIs, start doing your research. You know what I'm saying? Start doing your research. You need to understand what they refer to this program, why they're using the specific tactics they're using, and the logical explanation behind this program.